We have to talk about Obamacare and healthcare in general, right? The healthcare industry, because it is most definitely one big scam, especially the whole Obamacare situation, which has absolutely exploded profits for these health insurance companies. And I got a lot of clips that I want to get to show you guys, so I'm not going to be talking a whole lot here at the very beginning, but stick around. What you are going to hear in some of these clips is absolutely mind-boggling, and I've got a couple of clips of some individuals saying some of the same things to further drive home the point so it really sticks, and so that you guys know that this is a legitimately a thing that is happening. And like I said, it's going to make your jaw drop. So hit that subscribe button if you are new, and slap that like button for me. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps out with the algorithm, and it'll push this video out to more people so they get to see this information. With that being said, let's dive in.
Obamacare has now been around for 15 years, and the promise was that it was going to save us dramatically on our healthcare spending and make us healthier. And if you look at 2010, for a family of four, their premiums were about $13,000. And they had about $3,000 to $4,000 in deductibles. Now you go to 2025, that has jumped to $35,000, about a $5,000 to $6,000 deductible. What's happening now is we have what's called functionally uninsured patients. That means they have insurance, they think that they're okay, then they get sick, they go to the ER, they present their magic insurance card, and they find out they have a $5,000 deductible. So that means they have to pay $5,000 for the first dollar of coverage. Now the ER for sure is going to eat up that $5,000 deductible. What that means is patients now have ongoing medical debt. So has Obamacare saved us money? No, unfortunately not. What it has done is made the system very, very complex. You've had the growth of very small to moderate size insurance companies to huge insurance companies. There's now 7 insurance companies that are in the Fortune 500 right now.
Crazy. Crazy. 7 of them things. Fortune 500. Crazy. Absolutely mind-boggling. But let's continue on. I got a lot of clips to get to, and I want to make sure that I get to them. And like I said, the clips after this next one, you're definitely not going to want to miss those. So let's keep going.
So I just went down the Affordable Care Act rabbit hole, and I'm genuinely shocked that Americans are not more outraged about this entire thing. The Affordable Care Act subsidies that the Democrats are requiring to extend in order to reopen our government are subsidies that are paid with taxpayer. Obama said you must use the Affordable Care Plan or pay a fine or get insurance elsewhere. You must have insurance. You must use Obamacare. It will be affordable. And then it ended up not being affordable at all. So we had to subsidize the cost of it with taxpayer money that is paid directly to insurance companies who are causing the driving up of healthcare costs in the first place. This is such a scam, and people aren't outraged. Like, it sounds so noble that the Democrats want people to have affordable health care, but Obama forced people to have affordable health care that wasn't affordable at all, so taxpayers have to pay it, but we pay it directly to the private insurance companies that make health care unaffordable. Can someone clarify if I'm missing something? Because this is wild.
See, what Democrats don't care about is the people, right? If you want to know their true motive, follow the money. Follow the money. You don't think they're getting kickbacks? Why would they care so much to subsidize big companies that can easily make their own profits? And I'm just going to show you guys these couple of clips, because what you're about to witness in these clips here is going to make your jaw drop. Prepare yourself. Get your popcorn ready, ladies and gentlemen, because here we go.
I've always said that insurance is the ultimate scam. Like, I feel like it is. I mean, if I didn't have to have it because I'm going to be penalized by not having it, I wouldn't have it. But anyway, I've been seeing people walk in their truth and tell their stories. So I'm going to tell mine and see if any of this has happened to anybody else. But back in August, Cooper needed tubes. So the ENT sent over our information to the place where the procedure was going to be done or whatever. And they called and was like, hey, yeah, it was like $13.97. And I was like, yeah, no, like that's, she's like, oh, you haven't met your deductible, so you have to pay blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, I get that. So she was like, are you going to pay like right now? I was like, no, I'm going to pay the day of. I'm not paying you over the phone. And she was like, okay, well, it has to be done before the procedure. I was like, okay, I'll pay it when I get there before the procedure. Like, I don't want to pay you right now. I'm not giving you my card information over the phone. She's like, okay, fine. So we get off the phone, which irritated me anyway, but I called back because I just didn't like the number. I was like, $13.97. Like, that is crazy. So, because what's the point of insurance? Like, what's the full price then? So ultimately that is the full price because I had not met my deductible. So I call back a few days before the surgery, and I was like, hey, my daughter's having surgery, blah, blah, blah. You gave me this price. So she looks up, she's like, yeah, that's the correct price. I was like, okay, great. Can you tell me what the cash price is? I don't want to run this through my insurance because I'm not going to meet the deductible by the end of the year. So I might as well just pay the cash price. So can you tell me what that cash price is? Do you know what she told me? Because you have insurance and we know you have insurance, we will not allow you to pay cash price. How you going to tell me I got to use my insurance? And the cash price was $600 and some change.
You heard her right. With insurance, the price was almost $1,400. $1,397 to be exact. That's with insurance. That's paying a company a monthly payment. That's an exorbitant amount of money. A monthly payment. And with that company's card, right, under that company's umbrella, she would have had to pay $1,400. Well, she had to pay $1,400. But if she didn't have the insurance, she would have been charged $600. And because she did have the insurance, they weren't going to allow her to run it without the insurance. You tell me this whole thing ain't a scam. When you subsidize healthcare, it incentivizes the health insurance companies to bonk you over the head with all types of charges because they know, for example, let's just break. I mean, this is really simple. This is common sense to me, but unfortunately, common sense is no longer common in our society today. But if a health insurance company knows, hey, big brother government is going to come in and subsidize 30, 40, or whatever the percentage is of this cost, well, I can jack up the price, right? So instead of this person paying $20, I'm going to bump up the price to $45 because the government is going to cover $20 of it, and I'll just charge the other person an extra $5, and they aren't really going to complain, right? Extra $5 for them. I'm getting the whole 20 from the health insurance company. I've doubled my profits. Easy peasy. See what I mean? But on the flip side, if this person doesn't have insurance, I'm not going to be able to bonk them over the head because most people aren't going to be able to afford these $1,400, $1,500, $2,000, $2,500 bills. So I'm not going to be making a whole lot of money. And if I want to remain in business and make money, I have to charge people who are bringing money who are paying out of their own pockets. I have to charge them less so that they continue to come. Because if they don't come, I don't make money, and I'm a business at the end of the day. See, this is really, really simple. If you stop subsidizing, because Democrats are going to say, well, if you don't extend it, health insurance is going to be so expensive. No, it won't. Because if people stop buying health insurance, guess what has to happen? Either the health insurance companies have to close, or they're going to have to lower their overhead, right? So they can then lower their prices so that people will start buying again. Because at the end of the day, it's got to make dollars and cents. Or they got to close their doors. So would you rather close your doors, or would you rather lower your overhead and lower your prices so that you can keep your doors open? I think the answer is obvious. But let's get, if you thought that was just a one-off, here's another story. Check it out. Hold on.
To a hospital here in Oklahoma City. I called the hospital and I was trying to avoid surgery, and they sent me to a hospital here in Oklahoma City. I called the hospital and I said, how much is it going to be? And they said, well, do you have insurance? I said, I do, but I just want to know how much you charge. Well, it depends on your insurance. I got to tell you, that's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Why would it depend on my insurance? Like, how much do you charge for this service? Well, I'm gonna have to have someone call you back. So they called me back and they said, based on my insurance, it'd be $7,000 something. I said, well, what if I just paid you the day of the surgery, the procedure? She said, oh, self-pay? Yes, $1,200.
Yeah. Yep.
So I paid them $1,200, and I still have the email. They did the math for me. It'll be $7,000 something dollars. It's going to be discounted because of your insurance to this much. And then your deductible and co-insurance, you'll be out of pocket $3,000. Or you can just pay us $1,200 that day and we'll call it good.
See what I'm saying? So you see what I mean? Absolute scam. But there's more.
Insurance bills cheaper when I tell them I have no insurance. Okay, let's break this down. Most people just assume if you have health insurance that your bills will be cheaper, and that's not the case. Almost all the time, it will trigger for your rates to be even higher on your medical bills. That's because when you show up to the hospital and you show them your insurance card, they are no longer billing you, they are billing your insurance company. That's a massive company with deep pockets for change. Because of that, doctors and hospitals will charge inflated rates for these visits. The reason for this is they know that the insurer is going to negotiate, but they're still in the end going to be paying big money. So what if you walk in with no insurance? This is called self-pay, and no matter where you go, if you walk in and tell them you're self-pay, you will be getting a big discount. A lot of times it's 40 to 50% off of the bills, and sometimes it's up to 75 to 85% off of these bills. So
crazy. Absolutely crazy. Why am I being charged more when I have insurance? Like, this is like, if you're going to charge the insurance company, don't charge it to me. Let me pay the self-pay price. Why are you still charging me more? Because I'm doing the right thing. I'm basically getting double taxed. Because not only am I paying the health insurance company, but I'm also paying a premium because I'm paying the health insurance company to the doctor's office. That is absolutely mind-boggling to me. Mind-boggling. And that's why I wanted to make this video today, to show you guys what is actually happening, because this is crazy stuff. I'll play another video for you guys. Like, this is happening all over the place. This is a legitimate thing, and that's why I wanted to come with the receipts, so y'all knew I wasn't just making this up. I wasn't just pulling this out of my behind. All right, so check it out.
How can I help you? So I think there's a mistake on the bill, but maybe you could help me out. We got a bill, and then we realized that you guys didn't have our insurance, so we sent you the insurance, and it looks like the bill went up.
It went up?
Yeah, the first bill we got without the insurance was $600, and then the second one was almost $1,300.
Okay. Yeah, so that the first invoice you received, that's a discount that you receive if you're uninsured. So you're not eligible for the discount since you are insured. And so the bill was $2,342.14. We billed your insurance. Your insurance only paid $1,078.85.
Can I go back to the discount without the insurance?
No, sir, you're insured, so you're not eligible for the discount.
If I go cancel my insurance, am I eligible for the discount?
No, sir, because we checked eligibility and you do have active coverage for data service.
Oh, I needed to cancel it before I got the service to get the discount.
You're only eligible for the discount if you're uninsured.
Okay, so I'll get cheaper health care if I'm uninsured.
If you're uninsured, you're eligible for the discount, correct?
Is this common? Like I pay for insurance and I end up paying more out of pocket because I pay for a premium? That's wild.
No, this is just a new law that started 2024, AB 716, and the law is if you're...
He's most definitely reading a script right there. How do you pull off how do you know the exact AB 7216? You know, how do you know that right off the top of your head? That's a script. If they start asking, just tell them this.
Receive a discount if you're uninsured.
Okay.
So when we first send a invoice to the patient, we bill them as if they're uninsured. If you're insured, unfortunately, you're not eligible for the discount.
Okay, so just if I have the incentives straight here, if I want to pay less for medical care, I should cancel my insurance if my daughter needs life-saving medical care?
I'm not sure. I don't know, sir.
It's this.
You should cancel your insurance. I'm just letting you know that that discount's only for patients who are uninsured.
Okay, that is special. That is a special law. So there's no way to put that discount onto an insured person. Only the uninsured people get that.
Correct.
Yeah. Absolute scam. An absolute scam. Oh, but we need the healthcare subsidies. No, we don't. We need you to get out of the way and let these healthcare insurance companies fend for themselves. Fend for themselves. If they want to gouge people over the top of the head, people are going to stop buying their coverage. You know what happens then? They go out of business. You know what's going to happen before they go out of business? They're going to lower their prices. This isn't rocket science here. This isn't rocket science. My goodness, this is ridiculous. He went from a $1,300 bill or a $600 bill with no insurance to $1,300, over double what he would have paid without insurance. That is absolutely crazy. Now listen here. I'm not here to give you health advice or anything like that. I'm just here to give you the information that I came across because I found this just absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. And dumping more money via Obamacare into the system is only going to make this even worse. So Democrats trying to fight to get Republicans to sign off on extending this is absolutely crazy to me. Padding the pockets of these greedy health insurance companies is not the answer. It's not the answer. Do health insurance companies deserve to make money? Absolutely. They're businesses. They have to make money. Otherwise, they go out of business. But they also shouldn't be gouging people. You know what I'm saying? And this is just absolutely crazy. And then hospitals charging people more because they have health insurance. That's also crazy as well. We could make a whole video on that. That's also crazy. Because somebody has health insurance, you all of a sudden jack up the bill? Nah, bro, that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Mind-boggling stuff right there, man. I just wanted to share that information with you guys. Make sure you hit the like button, leave a comment for the algorithm, and hit the arrow button down below, copy the link, paste it everywhere. America needs to see this type of stuff, man, because this is just absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy, especially now with all of the healthcare talk going on. I think open enrollment for health insurance is going on as well. So America needs to see videos like this. Help me get this information out by hitting the like button, commenting, and sharing the video. I would greatly appreciate it, all right? Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.